The sun shone brightly over the college campus, and the air was filled with the sounds of laughter and chatter. Students rushed to their classes, books in hand, while others lounged on the grass, enjoying lively conversations. The scent of freshly brewed coffee wafted from the nearby cafe, and a group of friends played frisbee on the lawn. Among all this excitement was Jake, a third-year student who preferred to stay out of the spotlight. As he walked past groups of animated students, he quietly observed their daily rituals. Their carefree moments of friendship contrasted with his own disciplined routine. Jake had always been a bit different. Although he blended into the crowd, he held a secret that few knew. He had endured tough challenges as a Marine and trained rigorously in karate. Little did everyone know, beneath his calm exterior lay strength and determination that could change everything when faced with unexpected trouble. Jake was known to his classmates as a friendly guy who always offered a smile or a helping hand. He often spent time in the library, immersing himself in books about history and military strategy, passions sparked by his own experiences. Though he enjoyed casual conversations, he seldom shared personal stories, which kept many students guessing about his past. With his shaggy dark hair and athletic build, Jake appeared like any other student on campus. However, the calmness in his brown eyes masked a world of discipline and training. His time as a Marine taught him to deal with challenges head-on and remain focused, but it also instilled a sense of humility within him. Outside the classroom, he practiced karate diligently, sharpening both his body and mind. He cherished these private moments of training, knowing that his skills were more than just a hobby. They were part of who he was, an unassuming warrior ready for whatever life threw his way. On that sunny afternoon, the mood on campus shifted dramatically when a group of tough-looking bikers roared onto the scene. With their leather jackets emblazoned with skulls and patches, they were a striking sight, instantly drawing the attention of students. The sound of their loud engines cut through the laughter and chatter, turning heads in both curiosity and concern. Known around town for causing trouble, these bikers had a reputation for intimidation. As they strutted across the campus, their confidence radiated like a storm cloud brewing overhead. Students shifted uneasily, whispering among themselves about whether this visit would lead to trouble. The bikers laughed boisterously, sharing inside jokes that made onlookers feel even more apprehensive. They relished the power dynamic they created, and it was clear they had come to challenge that peaceful atmosphere with their reckless bravado. Little did they know, not everyone on this campus was as defenseless as they might assume. As Jake made his way to class one afternoon, he noticed the bikers loitering near the entrance of the building. Their laughter rang out, echoing down the hallway, and he felt a knot forming in his stomach. Just as he approached, the largest biker stepped forward, blocking his path with a smug grin. "Hey, pretty boy, where do you think you're going?" the biker sneered, his voice dripping with mockery. The others laughed, circling Jake like hungry wolves. They began to taunt him, throwing out threats and trying to assert their dominance. Jake's heart raced, but he maintained his composure. He refused to let their bravado shake him. Instead of backing down, he stood tall, meeting their gazes with calm determination. The bikers expected fear, but all they saw was a quiet strength that made them hesitate for just a moment. They were about to learn that Jake was not the easy target they thought he was. Jake took a deep breath, grounding himself in the moment. He could feel the eyes of the bikers on him, their sneers meant to provoke, but he refused to let anxiety creep in. Years of training in the Marines and karate had taught him the value of staying calm under pressure. Instead of letting fear take hold, he focused on his breathing, allowing confidence to build within him. "Is that all you've got?" Jake replied coolly, his voice steady and unwavering. The bikers exchanged surprised glances, clearly thrown off by his reaction. They expected a frightened student to cower and plead, but Jake's calm demeanor only strengthened his resolve. He squared his shoulders and kept his chin up, ready to face whatever they threw at him. In that moment, he knew he had the skills to defend himself if it came to that. The bikers began to sense that maybe they had picked the wrong target after all. The bikers, sensing a shift in the atmosphere, leaned in closer, their taunts growing more aggressive. "What's wrong, tough guy? You think you can take us?" One of them sneered, stepping forward and puffing out his chest. They circled around Jake like predators, trying to provoke him further. Jake stood firm, his heart pounding, but his mind clear. The laughter and jeers from the bikers felt like fuel to a fire igniting within him. They were unaware of his true capabilities and the discipline he had learned through years of training. Each challenge they threw at him only reinforced his resolve. "Why don't you show us what you've got?" Another biker shouted, clearly eager to escalate the tension. As they continued to taunt him, Jake could feel the weight of their hostility pressing down, but he remained unyielding. He knew that their bravado was a mask for their own insecurities. They had no idea who they were up against. As the bikers continued to escalate their taunts, Jake felt a surge of determination flood through him. He realized that standing by and enduring their threats wouldn't change the situation. With each mocking word they threw his way, it became clearer that they were trying to provoke him into a fight, and he knew he had to take control before things got out of hand. Stepping forward slightly, Jake made his decision. He would defend himself, not just for his safety, but to show the bikers that he wouldn't be bullied. The tension in the air thickened as he lifted his chin higher, exuding confidence. He remembered his training and the strength that came with it. He was ready to demonstrate that he was more than just a quiet student. "Enough games," Jake said firmly, locking eyes with the largest biker. "If it's a fight you really want, then let's settle this." The bikers seemed taken aback for a moment, uncertainty cracking their bravado as Jake stood tall, prepared to confront them head-on. The tension in the air crackled as Jake and the largest biker squared off, both sizing each other up. Students gathered around, curiosity piqued by the unfolding confrontation. Jake felt a rush of adrenaline, but he grounded himself with memories of his martial arts training. He knew this was more than just a fight. It was about standing up for himself and earning respect. Without warning, the biker lunged forward, aiming a punch at Jake's face. Jake quickly sidestepped, executing a well-timed kick that caught the biker off balance. The crowd gasped in shock as Jake demonstrated fluid moves that showcased his karate skills. As he continued to block and counter the bikers' attacks, a sense of awe spread among the students watching. The bikers soon realized they had underestimated him. With each powerful motion, Jake solidified his standing as more than just an ordinary student. He was a disciplined fighter ready to defend his ground. As the confrontation reached its peak, the initial bravado of the bikers began to wane. With each swift move Jake made, their confidence started to crumble, giving way to doubt. They had assumed he was just a college student, but now he stood before them as a skilled fighter, executing techniques that left them struggling to keep up. After a few brief but intense exchanges, it became clear who was in control. The largest biker, panting and backed into a corner, exchanged glances with his friends. Uncertainty flickered in his eyes, and Jake seized the moment, taking a step forward with unwavering resolve. "Enough," Jake said firmly, his voice steady. Realizing they had misjudged him, the bikers hesitated, then slowly began to back away. Their bravado dissipated as fear crept in. With reluctant nods, they retreated from the scene, leaving behind a crowd of stunned students who whispered excitedly about what they had just witnessed, a true testament to Jake's strength and courage. As the dust settled and the bikers retreated, Jake took a moment to reflect on what had just transpired. His heart still raced from the adrenaline, but a sense of pride began to wash over him. He realized that standing up for oneself is not merely about physical confrontations. It's about having the courage to face intimidation and assert one's worth. He thought back to how appearances can be deceiving. The bikers had looked fearsome, yet their bravado crumbled in the face of his determination. Jake understood that even those who seem powerful might hide insecurities beneath their tough exteriors. In that moment of quiet realization, he felt grateful for his training and experiences as a Marine, which had prepared him to handle such situations with composure. He also recognized the importance of using strength wisely, not just to defend oneself, but also to inspire others. With newfound confidence, He knew he could face whatever challenges lay ahead, both on campus and beyond. As news of the confrontation spread across campus, whispers and excited chatter filled the hallways. Students who had once seen Jake as just another face in the crowd began to view him with newfound respect and admiration. Stories of his bravery and martial arts skills quickly circulated, transforming him into an unexpected hero in the eyes of his peers. Many students approached him to express their support, eager to hear about his experience and what had happened that day. On the other hand, the bikers' reputation took a hit as their intimidating facade crumbled. No longer were they seen as untouchable troublemakers. Instead, they became a cautionary tale of underestimating others. Students warned each other about their previous antics, sharing how they had backed down in the face of Jake's confidence and skill. This shift in perception created a more supportive environment on campus, where students felt empowered to stand up for themselves and others. Jake's actions not only inspired respect, but also encouraged a culture of courage among his fellow students. As the days went by, Jake felt a deep sense of pride in not only his actions, but also the impact they had on his campus community. He knew that confronting the bikers was not just about proving his strength. It was about standing up for oneself and inspiring others to do the same. With newfound respect from his peers, Jake became a symbol of bravery and resilience, reminding everyone that true strength comes from within. People began to approach him, asking for advice on handling difficult situations, and he shared his experiences with humility. Jake recognized that courage could manifest in many forms, not just in physical confrontations, but also in everyday choices to stand up for what is right. This journey had transformed not only how others viewed him, but also how he viewed himself. The lessons he learned during the encounter with the bikers reinforced his belief that anyone can be strong when they choose to believe in themselves and confront challenges head-on.